Hello. Hello. Maybe I should start with some memes or fast memes. I have nothing prepared, but I like Team Secret. Every single hero they have team fight. Like every single hero has a team fight ability. I don't think they have the real answer for like all of those. It's just like damage output could be a bit tricky for Neon. Owen?
Yeah, I've got to agree. You know, this time around, I think Neon's lineup is it's going to be very difficult to execute. But I feel like there's got to be some belief that if in this state where you're one game away from getting sent home, you pick up the core gyro, you must have something genius, you know, strategized around it. Because this is a very hard hero to play in the position that Scam's going to be playing it. So we'll see if they've got some magic up their sleeves. Very much. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, game 2 of Secret versus OB Neon. And let's see what OB Neon have got in store with us. With a draft that at sort of face value just looks very sort of difficult to play and definitely going the way of some heroes that just aren't popular right now, especially in the positions that they're going to be showing them. Scam on the safe lane Gyro. Let's see if he can do it
Gyro without any steroids. Yeah. No IO, no Aghanim Scepter, no Alacrity, nothing pretty much. So not a big fan of this hero. In a carry position. As a 5, possibly as a mid lane, magical, it can work. So Yopaj, they also picked Batrider at the Queen of Pain. Like I thought they might switch the lanes up a bit. So Queen of Pain, she's ready. She has a magic stick. You've ever felt threatened by 4 or 5 sticking up palm charges, you just blink away. Die on the bottom lane so far, being alone. Oh, look at this, build on Poppy. Casual, Ring of Protection, Fairy Fire and 2 branches.
All right, we'll have an early bit of tank. Let's have a look. See how much you can get out of this trial and how much pressure this is going to put on Scam on the early levels. Do bring play hard upper as well, so Neon matching the numbers that Secret's bringing up top.
That's one of the best, if not the best, tri-laner in the game. Like you use tag team, it's just so much damage coming out. They also did not block the big camp.
He's trapped. Caught in the trees there, play out. He
tried.
Out, yeah.
And now you're stuck with the snowball level 1. So Team Secret should try to abuse that. They also did not block the big camps. They can pull that, push the lane, pull it back. They also have Fisher to block people off. Like this top lane should be really, really good for Team Secret.
Neon's got to be ever so careful with the positioning. Please get separated from the rest.
The dusk is always ready for the
mid lane, swap.
He's going for it. He's got it. Or maybe the Fairy Fire. Just enough with the tangos to keep Yopaj alive. What's he got coming out? Did have a salve coming out as well on the courier. So he'll be able to stick in lane, but it's getting very low on the mana here, Yopaj. Don't have too much more to spam out against Nisha.
A laning stage for Batrider got nerfed hard. Like he's out of mana, as you mentioned, needs to bring ton of regen. Like this is, I think the mid lane could potentially be a disaster for Yopaj, considering how it went. Nisha almost got a kill. He has this mana coming up from the magic stick, so he can keep harassing. Doesn't have even a point in the blink at the moment, because he just wants to put some more pressure.
This isn't going to get easier for Yopaj anytime soon. Let's have Mango coming out. It's given some potential to hit back at Nisha, but as we're seeing already, Nisha just doesn't care about the bat in the laning state at all.
Dire's courier has been slain. A tactical victory.
So far away from bottle.
Yeah.
Just brought some tangos and the mango. Like even if he pops the mango, he still does not have enough to use flame break and the sticking up palm. It's just too much mana. So Nisha dominating this lane, 11-7 at the moment. Uses another Shadow Strike. Yeah, it's a really hard lane for a Batrider. Like, he needs a region rune. He needs to find the region rune to come back into this game.
Yeah, they've got to come over at 4 minutes in to help Yopaj out. No doubt about it. From the top lane, see Batu continue to have the edge in farm. A lot easier for him to pick it up.
Okay, this is how you help him. Januel keeping mid, use a healing salve on him. Like, mid lane's not going well. Problem is, this hero doesn't really farm that fast. He doesn't have that much damage in lane. You need to use the sticky napalm charges to get the last hits. Nisha gets a deny. We still have a question mark for some reason. I thought it was for April Fools only.
I mean, maybe April Fools has never ended. Bottom lane death. A run down Zai. Zai's going to be alright. So far in this bottom lane, there's 2 heroes left to their devices. We've got 20 for 5 against 19 for 2. That's a little bit of a lead in the 1v1. Both laners be rather happy with the amount of solo speed that they are finding.
Januel coming mid to dispel of the Shadow Strike. This is the second time he came mid. That's when you know things are not really going well.
Patch has finally got the bottle coming out there. Regen on the horizon for him.
Damage has been done. 25-15 on Queen of Pain.
That's right. And this was, of course, this was something that they picked into.
They picked into, yeah. They knew the matchup.
Yeah. But no surprises to be had. I mean, maybe they were like, well, I mean, I don't know if they would have thought that there was a potential for like the Quap to be support Quap and DP to be mid, but I would think not. That's very unlikely. I must have known that Nisha would have been mid on the Queen of Pain.
Nisha has more denies than the enemy carry has CS. That's just brutal.
Extra for the effort.
Definitely a rough start here for Obi Neon. Stop. Matsui's complete free farm. It's one of those situations where you have this Tuscan in tri-lane, but not really able to do too much with that. You can't fight into this aggro tri-lane of Secret.
Rotation to the bottom. Yapster TPs. He gets the proc. Fisher should be enough to get a kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's trying to turn the fairy fire.
They need to share the damage from Edict. Okay.
Close, but Zai's able to win out, get the kill, and survive. Yopatch is having to turn to the jungle. Nisha going to be stepping up each time to see if he ever catches Yopatch close to the wave.
Snowball. Oh, what a connect from Zai.
The rolling thunder, Zai able to play back in as low as he is. 0-2k lead already. This is looking rough for Obi Neon.
It's rough. You also have a carry gyro. You have a Batrider who's not really having a good time on the mid lane. Nisha going in. Not gonna commit. He had Arcane in the bottle, did the math. He's like Sonic Waves, not enough to take him down. If it was you, you'd probably just pop it, right? You're like 6 times 3 minus 4 equals a kill on a Batrider. Yeah.
Maybe he accidentally cancels his TP.
Maybe they added something that stops the DP. And I just read the patch notes. Stop lane.
Oh no, Scam. They're running him down. They've got the burst. Sonic Wave out. Scam's out.
What's the opposite of Regicide?
Quick kill for Nisha as he's ready to use this fantastic amount of farm and levels that he's been picked up in that free farm mid.
Yeah, level 7 Arcane Rune TP. So he's gonna have another ulti in 70 seconds. I don't know how Batrider like comes back into the game. They need to make some stacks from there. There are stacks.
Gonna have to set up again. Zai, Yapster and Puppey. They're chasing down Death. There's no help for them at all. Death will slowly but surely be taken down. We'll be able to bring down Yapster.
Oh, you'll get Puppey as well.
So they can get they're actually going to be able to find the 3 of them in return. So they'll take that one. Obi Neon 3 for 1. Absolutely.
Well, not too bad of a trade.
Yeah.
Like that Edict, it's maxed out. A lot of overtime damage. Scam TPs to the bottom lane. They don't have so much damage, and there's no left track around, but heals, heals some.
Radiant's bottom tower is fading fast.
Able to bring in the Oracle in time, keep Lesh alive. And we'll be able to close that gap as Sha.
Invisibility.
Be able to grab that rune, Yopatch and play hard.
Oh boy.
All of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has
Pressure the
fallen.
Lesh is too much for the
face
bottom
of
tower.
battle
Yeah.
begins.
Able to take the tier 1 at a very good time here. 8 minutes in. Zai, he's moved up to the top.
He's ready to go.
Looking for an easier kill, looking for John Well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Thunder
attack.
in, and the follow from Matsu and Yapsel. No help for the Oracle. Secret,
Dire's top
lost the
tower
tier
is
1
under
tower bottom,
attack.
but they're going to try and push up with the tier 1
Radiant's
top.
middle tower
Yeah,
is
already making moves
losing
over to the mid.
its
Forcing a blip
foundation
out of Team
structures
Secret,
fortified.
so they're not gonna have that for a long time. Batrider in the jungle trying to recover. They made a couple of stacks for him
Radiant's
to
middle
work towards
tower
that
is
boost
under
travel.
attack.
But
It will
there's a
fall
big
like a
difference already.
ripe
1k
Dire's
gold
top
lead
tower
for
is
Queen
under
of Pain.
attack. It fights for its
Going into
life.
Orchid. It was such a good Queen of Pain pick here, because you don't care, they don't have enough lockdown, you don't care about fast rotations, you can blink over the shards, you dominate the lane like they pick
Make a hell of a power.
Batrider into Queen of Pain, which is pretty bad,
Dire's
and
top
now
tower is under
like Queen of
attack.
Pain can cut into backlines, find Oracle, especially with the
Dire's
Orchid
top
done.
tower has fallen.
Mid. On a poke at Death, but Death's got drawn well and play hard right behind him. Death, in fact, he's just running up to the high ground aggressive. He wants to get in on the action. Extra TP's coming in from Secret. Goes up pretty far. And he'll be fine. Feeling very confident in the backup of his Oracle. Remove any sort of debuffs that the Secret do throw out at him. It's making space for Scam down bottom, as we'll see Scam with a build, going straight for the Axe.
It's a greedy build, of course, but it pays off if you manage to farm it out. Royal Jelly and the Chip Quest found.
See over in the river. To the high ground with the snowball, play hard. Trying to get in on the front lines of it all, but Nisha and Zai, they're able to turn and play hard will die for this.
They didn't even use the Rolling Thunder. He should also have a really good time on a Pangolier. The only pretty much ability you need to care about is like Flaming Lasso once he gets the Etherlands. Other than that, you're fine. But it's gonna take time until he gets it. Because I see what Batrider has queued up. Blink Dagger after finishing bots into BKB, Force Staff, and then he goes for Lance. Might change things around if Pangolier causes a lot of issues.
Go patch on the hump for the Superman Monkey King. And walking into Yapsor and Zyno instead. Now Nish jumping over from the side. Be able to push back Yopaz with the Sonic Wave. The rest of Obinion trying to make their way over here. Yopaz can he juke his way out of this? He can't. The swashbuckle finishes him off. Death, keeping applies of trades, chasing down Yapsor with the Diabolic Edict. They'll get Rod in return and over to the side. The homing missile. The stands for Death. As Obinion, they'll take two for the loss of their bat. And again, they'll be happy with this. Each time that Obinion's able to find the favorable trades and numbers.
Poppy, he stole the bottle.
No, he didn't.
He did. There we go. Oh my god. 650 gold down the
What was he
drain.
doing there?
I don't know. Just someone put it. I don't know what was going on. Like I was not checking the tower. And like, oh, is there a bottle?
Just a bottle? All right. Okay, so a little bit of a gold swing there.
Dire's top tower is
Oh,
under
he's
attack.
keeping it. I want to see like, if he gives it. Cause he's also gonna like, Zai's gonna TP to refill the stolen bottle.
Oh my goodness, losing the bottle. How long was that on the floor for?
Oh, and you're asking too many questions.
Hey, look, I mean, because they weren't even near there. They were charging up all onto the triangle of secret, and then yeah,
But they were baiting. Like they were baiting with the bottle.
baiting him. Wow.
Didn't really pay off.
A free bottle for Puppy. I've never seen that before.
Like he should probably give it to Earthshaker, you know, because Earthshaker consumes a lot of mana.
I
But
feel. Well, we'll get to see it. I mean, it's just, but there's no one near it.
Yeah,
Who left the
that's-
bottle on the floor? What it must have been, right? It must have been like the refill thing. They
And
were
they
coming
made-
in. They pass over the bottle. Or
Oh,
they
look
think
at
they
that
passed over the
smile.
bottle, but they didn't pass it over successfully. They just dragged it onto the ground. And obviously, none of them realized because they were making that quick move to try and get over and fight in the triangle.
I like the smile in Yapsor's face. He's like, yeah, man, Puppy picked up the bottle, and then like realization that he's not gonna get it, that Puppy's gonna keep it for himself.
In that bottle. He really is. Mid lane, Echo Snap dropped down, Death. He's going to be safe though. Farmwell comes in with a false promise. Death will live for now. Nisha still seeing if maybe there's an opportunity to dive in on this. Zai can't go in from the side here. Open up with the Rolling Thunder, jump forward. Nisha, two of them with the Sonic Wave, and that's going to be Death gone.
Tower is under attack.
Drag back with the lasso. Can they burst through Nisha in time? They can.
Yeah, you need to be careful. As a Queen of Pain, he's trying to TP out. It's gonna be a TP cancel. Not too bad of a trade, you know. Team Secret, they handled them a couple of the kills.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing this quite a few times in this game. Secret getting aggressive and actually ending up losing more than they're getting out of the trades. Of course, it's all creating space between the Superman pretty much with the battle period complete. Gonna see if they can try and chase down Scam here. like the angle for Yap sort of cut him off with a Fisher.
Puppy holding on to that bottle like my precious. He is enjoying the mana region coming out from it, even though it's empty.
Radiant's middle tower has
Is he trying to give it to him? Because he's been following Yapsor.
No,
Puppy's just
taunting
trolling.
him. He's like, hey Yap, want this bottle? Sucker.
I've been having too good of a time in this game. I forgot to actually, keep an eye on what's happening.
I mean, maybe that's the strat for Obi Neal. You know, they've given the ball to Puppy.
Learning to fear. Radiant's
Trying to make him lose
bottom tower is
focus.
under
They get a little
attack.
too comfortable.
There is little it can do.
Batu finishing the Battle Fury, going into Aghanim Scepter. Pretty standard stuff, I would say, these days on a Monkey King. Like, it's super greedy, but it's a ton of damage as well. Gives you a team fight. That on the bottom, standing near the tree with the Edict. He's going to be able to take down this tier 2 tower.
He is. Puppy will manage to get the deny.
Tower has been denied.
Something to be said there, but instead of losing their tier 2s this early, it's going to set up for Obi Neon to start taking over some control of Secret's jungle. That outpost. Keep it close. Skems farms looking good.
That's Aghanim Scepter done. Yeah. So that's going to increase his farm once he gets that.
Dire's middle tower is under
This is
attack.
the first time I see Pango without Orb of Corrosion.
Look at this jump top. Very nicely set up by Play Hard. Closes the gap. Yo, Padge with the follow-up lockdown.
Excellent. That's just bumps.
Second death on Nisha, sort of back-to-back here. Nisha, a few times now, getting caught by Obi Neon. Just having that setup, just blink, being on cooldown. It's the opportunity for Play Hard to close the gap. Yo, Padge has got enough lockdown.
Yeah, I've said it. No corrosion on Pangolier. I don't think in this patch I've seen anyone play Pangolier without it. It's just too good of an item. Zai wants to get a Blink Dagger to be able to jump the back lines, possibly disrupt any snowball saves or the saves coming out from the Oracle. Dead. Catching Puppy.
He's getting revenge for that ball. He's not happy with Puppy taking that away.
Returns from whence it came.
9-9, 1k lead for Obi Neon. Obi Neon are really fixing it. If you consider how some of the lanes were going for Obi Neon at the start, they fixed that completely.
Yeah, they managed to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain, those 2 deaths are really costly. Still don't have a defensive tool. Yapsor, no Blink Dagger yet.
Radiant's top tower is under
Nisha playing
attack.
a little safer now. Doesn't want to blink it aggressively on that. Yapsor's going to get left behind. Obi Neon. Another kill for them. A Jopaj, I mean,
He's recovering. He's recovering
really
nicely.
is. I mean, you can see maybe sort of the plan was to pick this sort of hero that, then you, regardless of what you pick against the Quap, the lane's going to be rough because the dagger spam. If you can pick a hero that you know that you can catch your game back up using the jungle, making the moves, then it doesn't matter if you have such a rough time in that 1v1. And Jopaj just showing to pick it up perfectly after having to play that tough match.
He's level
3-1-3.
14. Queen of Pain is level 11.
Yeah, he's destroying it. Top lane. Jopaj getting against the initiations. He's able to set up onto Zai. It will turn off there. Blue command down from the two man. Sonic wave from the side. Nisha will be able to catch both Jarnwell and Death as they take down the 2 of them. This time round, Secret back on top of the trades, but maybe the fight's not finished yet. It's already Neon. They can find more inside of the triangle.
It's still that Monkey is still king of this game. Once he gets that Aghanim Scepter, he's super tanky. He brings them so much team fight with the Wukong's command. The Batrider can only use Lasso on one person, and Team Secret, they still have a ton of team fight left.
Dire's top tower is under
They
attack.
also have anti-combo.
It fights for its life.
You have Rolling Thunder, you can bounce people from the Wukong's command with the Sonic Wave. You can disrupt Rolling Thunder with the Fisher. There are so many things that could potentially go wrong.
Yeah, there's going to be people being thrown all over the place. Fights. Workers, not necessarily a benefit all the time to Secret. Neon. They're already making the moves up top, Nisha. But be careful, they do spot him entering this area of the jungle with that ward. Wait just in time. Precious can come in for Death, and just charging in on them. As he's actually going to be able to heal himself on Nisha. In the opening, Nisha just standing far too close as Nisha's gone. And the rest of Secret, they've got to run. Jopaj chasing down Puppy. Up to the tier 2 tower. As
They thought Fisher is enough to keep him safe there, but does not manage to get out. Also gets stunned by a Leshrac and gets bursted down.
I feel like we're seeing this in kind of both the games, even though they did get the winning game one, where Nisha, it feels like he's just not giving us the level that we're expecting from him. Having a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, usually Nisha is the one who's in control, you know, making all the movements around the map. They will have 2 Blink Daggers, one down on Pangolier right now, one down on Earthshaker. He also found the Fillet, so he's going to help out getting that Blink Dagger.
Its foundation.
No Echo for 30 seconds, but should be up online for the next fight. They're making so many stacks on side of OB Neon.
Yeah, they're getting so much farm on their hero. Yopaj, Scam, BKB on Scam. Once the BKB's done on Yopaj, they're just able to get in on this. And Secret aren't going to be able to do much at all to hold them up. It's going to be a bit of time before Matthew's built up the sort of physical damage that's going to threaten these heroes through the BKB. As until that point, Scam and Jopaj, they're just going to be able to charge down some of these squishy heroes. Nisha, he's got to be so careful every single fight. One stun, and he's going to get taken down each time.
He got slowed down so much. Like, it was a good timing on Orchid. He was dumpstering the laning stage, and now he's so far away from a BKB. He needs that BKB. They still have like 2 abilities that go through Magic Immunity that can stun him, you know, Walrus Punch and the Lasso. There's also Edict on top of that for some extra damage. So they need to be careful. 4K gold lead for OB Neon, down to 3. So that means it's 3.
Oh, at this rate, they'll soon be back up to 4, and there, yeah, you know, it's getting more and more. These moments of the game, Secret, they're just not farming at the same pace that OB Neon is. Mid lane.
This Leshrac feels super tanky and a lot of synergy with the Guardian Greaves and Oracle ulti. Puppy drops the ult.
They're going to try going on the side, actually not able to catch them with the bronze club, but they do lay down the power strike. Destiny Burst, so they'll be able to take out the Lesh on the front line. Now they'll turn over towards the Oracle. Snowball coming in towards Zion. The Windwatch commander play out step 10. Yaps over the Echo Stab on 2 of them. They have to jump off the chest, off the Giant, but BKB's out. Stem can just stand his ground and he's ready to fight back. The BKB, they've got to run. Matches go for the TPL. Will make it away, but it's 3 dead on Secret.
Almost 4 dead. Like, that was a clutch Rolling Thunder from Zai, controlling Jonuel in the backline, so he can't use his ulti on the Leshrac, but then they're like, yeah, we don't need that. No, we're gonna just use it on someone else who gets caught right after. It's just so much damage. Looks like a good Echo Slam, but they were already at like half HP, needed to full back. But Man, this time around on Monkey King, like, he does not want to mess around. He understands, like, that there's so much magical damage coming out from their heroes. I need that BKB.
Yeah, this Gyro is just too strong right now in these fights. They've got to run every time that Scam turns and fights. You see here, Secret starting to really try and push on. Looks to be a solid start, taking out the Mesh, and Yamsa getting that jump, but the false promise is there. Scam puts the BKB, and at that point, Secret, they've already thrown out everything that they had in the tank. They have to run. Matu, very lucky to get away with his life, as he nearly gets taken down as well by Scam. Now off the back of that fight, they're moving into the pit. Secret, they're not going to be able to make the jump in time at all.
Just too much damage. They have a tag team. Yopaj just cutting things out. He doesn't even have lassos.
Under attack.
He knows that Puppy split from the team. Puppy trying to hide in the trees, but Yopaj, he's hunting. And he's found him. As Puppy, there'll be no escape for him. As OB Neon close across. And they'll take him down. Top of getting the Roche and an Aegis here for Scam. And another kill. 6k lead now for OB Neon, as Secret just continue to fall further and further behind.
Leshrac is becoming so tanky. Guardian Greaves going into Eternal Shroud. It's like he's not playing Leshrac. You know what I mean? It's just like these items feel good still on the hero, and they need him this time around to be a bit more tanky. But it's more of a like, I'm gonna be Underlord.
Is losing its
I mean,
foundation.
it's showing one of the excellent strengths of OB Neon that heroes like this Lesh, they can pretty much put it in any 3 of their positions. You never quite know where it's going to go or how it's going to be played. Top right. Side.
Just getting caught.
They're just catching them each and every time. Over towards the mid, Nisha's got to run. Pressure's going to come in on top. Death's going to have another round of Diabolic Edict in a minute.
Well, maybe it's time for Puppy to start thinking about returning that bottle.
Yeah,
like,
he's
it's
made the
turned.
plan.
Like, every
It's the
like, after he picked it up, everything went downhill for Team Secret.
I mean, we don't know what's in the bottle, you know. Maybe it's it's a little too strong. It's, yeah, they're losing it a little bit here. Secret Obi Neon
Tower is under
having
attack.
a great time. And they're taking these tier 2s.
They require time.
A bottle of poison, perhaps. He's been drinking from. Bottom lane. Matu. He's trying to push out. It's easy kills. Yopaj. He's just got the number every time. You can't show him lanes against this Bat Rider.
He has boots of travel. They still have a tier 1 tower. Like, Bat Rider is a really good hero against the Monkey King. Secret keeping, play hard. He just blinks out.
It's just, you know, this sort of game, it just really shows how strong of a player someone like Yopaj is. He doesn't care about the matchup. He'll just pick his bat. Doesn't matter what it's against. Oh, that's nice. He doesn't care. The lane's tough. He brings it back. And now at this point, just having so much more impact than Niche is able to do with the Queen of Pain.
As Radiant's top barracks are under siege.
They're taking the racks. 24 minutes in. Opening up to the high ground. What if Secret got to stop them?
And they're just taking the barracks. 9k gold lead. They have Aegis, SNY done on Gyrocopter. They can just go in on a mid lane. Connect with the creeps.
Phenomenal stuff here from Obi Neon. 18 to 13, 11k lead, a set of racks. What can Secret do? They've nearly got the BKB on Matumba Man. But even now at that point, you may be able to live with the BKB, but the question is whether the damage is going to be enough to actually bring down Obi Neon's heroes.
They still have that Aegis for another minute and 50 seconds. They should try to go and threaten the second tier 3 tower, possibly barracks as well.
Smoke up. Obi Neon ready to try and catch Secret by surprise if Secret do try and make a jump outside of the base. Skem heads in, ready to bait the action with that Aegis. See what Secret can do. They weren't able to pull up anything at the top lane in terms of a defense. See if anything's going to be different this time round around the mid. Tier 3 down for Yopaj is in. He's able to get the jump. Right away on the Timberman, dragging it back in the rest of the team. But Timberman is going to get taken down. Down for a minute. No buyback. But Timberman's gone. Zai as well. Misha has got to blink out. It's 2 cores.
This might be it.
I think it might be.
Much to be done.
They don't have a Sonic Wave. Everyone's pretty much full HP, full mana. Gyro, he wants to die. Like, he's like, I don't give a damn. You know, I still have 40 seconds left on that Aegis.
Radiant's middle
There's
barracks.
nothing that Secret can do. As Obi Neon
Radiant's middle barracks have
having
been
a phenomenal mid-game moment.
There it is. They just fallen.
They're tapping out. It's too much for Secret. As game 2 is going to go the way of Obi Neon.
Radiant's
And you have to give them credit for the way that they did this. They come in with sort of players in positions, heroes in positions that you don't expect, or at least you do not expect to be strong. You know, this Gyro, and then the mid-bat picked into Quap. You know,
They managed to make a comeback
Yeah.
with all these stacks, and I think the most important part of this game was Death giving the bottle away. Like, this is some